Welcome to Peritos Solutions, your trusted cloud and ERP partner.
So just a couple of more things from what Harsh said. Wine Searcher specifically was very interesting. Their office is full of wine, by the way, actual wine bottles everywhere. So it was quite interesting to go and meet them and do work for them. And also with dailies and with other customers that we work with, I'll just put this window down. Harsh, you may need to help me. I'm not sure how to do that. Yep. All right. So why choose us? We have been partnered with both AWS and Microsoft, as well as an SP partner. So what benefit does it give to partner with us or work with us? Uh, we get a lot of benefits from both cloud providers. You can assess, evaluate, and decide which side you want to go to. The benefit of being a multi-cloud shop from our end is we are cloud agnostic. So we are not very biased in terms of what works for a specific cloud solution. We give you the best option and why it works for the customer, because then both sides can become more competitive. So if you are already an Azure shop, which I think a lot of you guys are, it is definitely helpful in getting a quote from AWS side. Whether you do want to continue with Azure or that particular service or not, so as to say a number to bargain. And most of the cases we have seen, they give around a year, 1 full year of credit. So you practically run everything for free for a year. And then the costs are almost competitive. I wouldn't say one is cheaper than the other, but it really depends. So in that sense, it helps for the customer to understand which way to go, what to use, and how it could help. A little bit more about some of the badges we would like to show off. So we have like around 7 badges in AWS. We have starting from Lambda, Total, on API, DevOps, Well Architect, EC2, and Cloud Operation Service competencies. We are an advanced tier partner in AWS, and we are a specialized partner with Microsoft as well. So, yep, that's some of our things. In terms of our network, so any of the partners that you see here, and if you are using them, we give ongoing discounted licensing percentage. It can vary between 5 to 10%. So whatever consumption you do, it's via us. It could be one specific subscription that you buy or of your consumption by us. So transacting with us gives us a margin that we are very happy to share with the customer. So let's say if we make around 10-15%, we give 10% to the customer and we keep around 2 to 5%. So we keep around a basic margin that helps us to run our operating costs and we share the rest of it with the customer. So that's an additional ongoing discount that we give. So apart from AWS and Azure, Google Cloud, Datadog, Auth0, Sophos, Cube, all of these are also our transacting partners. So yeah, anything that you see here, which is of interest, would be something you can leverage. Little bit more because I do want to help you guys understand how we operate. So as I said, we have like a comprehensive Peritos assessment framework, which is trademark registered on our name. That will help you assess what you can unlock, what kind of benefits do you have if you intend to use multi-cloud. So one of the scenarios could be like you are already running something on Azure or maybe on premise, and you already know that in order to move to Azure, this is my costing. Let's do like a free migration assessment planning. Get a quote from AWS. You already have one thing from Azure. Get a quote from AWS, what it would be to run something like that within the AWS realm. If you think that makes sense, that's great. It's anyway free. We do not get costed for that at all. Everything that runs from initial assessment to migration is at our cost, and we get paid for it, by the way. So we are happy to do the assessment because the cloud provider pays us. And you get to decide between 2 hyperscalers, which one is more optimum to select and use. We manage around 500K per month of consumption across Australia, New Zealand, India, and US. We have 4 entities. So that's where our numbers are. We have 100 plus global cloud customer and commercial services and 50 plus assessments that we do that you guys can choose from. Now, this is a little bit interesting for SAP customers specifically, or those who are partners and willing to try SAP products and services at a minimum or low cost. The common use case for this is when, let's say, like you guys are already running your SAP workloads and you have a dev test production, let's say, kind of 3-4 tier instance. However, you do want to do the development on your development environment, but that's frozen because of the change freeze. There's no capacity to do any additional development by your team members. You don't want to block anything because you have to move it over to production. Whatever you do in dev and is captured in a transport has to be moved over, which you don't want to do. Spin up a 1 to 2 hour worth of effort and a CAL instance. Have you guys like heard about that? What a CAL instance is? Um, any of the SAP people here have heard? Not really? Okay, great. So then I'm adding some value basically. So it's a cloud appliance library. It's an automated, fully activated appliance. This you can activate in using AWS, Azure, or GCP. You have 3 options. You spin up that environment, it's ready to use. You can choose and select whichever is closest to your current environment. Let's say you are giving you a real life example. So I told a customer there's a possible Joule use case you can integrate, but you need to be at this stack, or there is an API that we can use to resolve this case, but you need to be at this stack. You say we don't plan to upgrade till maybe next year or in the next 6 months. So you basically have to wait till those 6 months, but not with CAL. So choose whichever stack you want to use and then activate that appliance. It's 1 month free. So SAP is not charging anything for it for 1 month. And then if you're already a partner or customer, it's a very minimal license, but please mind that the use case has to be trial, sandbox, POC, or scoping. If you fulfill those criteria, if you are happy to use that and you don't have to pay anyway, so you can try it out. Do it for one month or so. And if you think, yes, that works, it's working, it's a fully activated, no basis activity required, no security activity required, user roles are already defined, everything set up, ready to use. And then all you need is like an Azure subscription or an AWS subscription or GCP, where the hosting and infra will cost you some amount, which is approximately, I would say around, I think 2000 USD something, if you run it 8 hours, only Monday to Friday. So that's the cost you'll bear, and definitely worth giving it a try. And if you go via us, again, we like obviously give discounts on top of it. So these are the set of assessments that we have done with the customers. Now they vary. If it's SAP, then it's like SAP audit APIs, SAP logging, SAP reporting, etc. assessments that we can do, whether you are doing it correctly, whether you have a pain point that we can cater. Others are Azure specific, like well architect review, landing zone setup, cloud optimization. Security data and access related migration. Not store anything internally. Okay, so why modernize with cloud and SAP? About this, but in 2027, SAP is no longer going to provide any maintenance, updates, support, security patches for any of the on-premise SAP environment. Having said that, you need to decide whether you want to like move to a cloud, what exactly, how do you want to go about S/4HANA cloud, and how do you want to maintain and support it. 95% of the customers we work with, they choose Azure and AWS cloud. That's just a number that we have encountered. We have surveyed in what the choice of preference is. And this we did around like 100+ customers that we reached out to. Some do use GCP, but that number is to be honest, quite low. Uh, yeah, so what you get out of it is accelerated business transformation, multi-layer cloud security, AI-powered insights, and enhanced productivity. Yeah, next one. So this is like a cloud analytic fabric for SAP. This is already a Git repo, which helps you determine what kind of data models you can use near real-time data pipelines, including incremental data capture, data storage, contextual data build-up, and advanced analytics. Very much ready to use. And if you can go to the next slide, this is one of the actual architecture that we did for one of the customers. You can see here we start with data acquisition. Then we go to the simple storage within AWS. We do an operational data storage, some propagation of data. Then we go to the data mart where we do actual like materialized view, data schemas. We store these procedures. And then finally, we do the consumption in a quick site or cloud formation setup. What we get is like a multi-cloud data catalog system where it will help you enhance your data as well as analytics in a way that SAP tools do not provide.
Thank you for watching. Get in touch if you're keen to discuss more.